Hello and welcome to the 2017 DMAX Championship. It's time for the Heavy Enduros. We've got a long season ahead of us, 10 rounds, and we're visiting some fantastic circuits, the likes of PFI, Buckmore, Sandown Park, Tamworth. We've got 2 rounds here at Milton Keynes. We're going to Shennington, Clay Pigeon, Wilton Mill. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Let's take a look at my ones to watch. So my first one to watch is Tom Pugh. He wasn't able to do the full season last year, but he's here for a full assault this year. He said he's really looking forward to it, and he's already had a good start in qualifying, and I think he may even get off to a win today. Next up, it's Adam Daly. He was 8th in last year's championship and seems to have had a real turn of pace recently. He knows his track pretty well, and I think he may even get off to a win today. And finally, my pick for the championship has to be Tomek Zaustovic. He was the vice champion last year, and with Chris Carter not here for the 2017 season, that opens a door for Tomek surely to be the favourite.
18th.
How you feeling?
Good. This first race should be fun. Trying to get up to speed.
We'll have a nice dry race for the train. So first to the super heavies. So the pie eating's still working, but the next 2 are very close behind.
To your carts, please. Drivers,
we'll see how we go.
It was hard. I didn't really get a clear lap.
Yeah.
7th on the grid is okay, but just rusty and not very consistent.
I thought how you might be able to move forward.
We'll see. More likely to move backwards. Ask me at the end.
Cheers, mate.
Could have been better. Yeah. I feel a bit rusty after 3 months break, so didn't put the
6 minutes to go
lap I wanted. So we'll see. No, P4, yeah, so far away.
Okay.
Starting on the outside as well, which is not perfect. And yeah, but I'm looking forward to the race. It's 30 guys on the grid, which is amazing. So it should be great fun.
Adrian, 2nd on the grid, is that a surprise?
No. It's laughing.
Well done, mate.
No, the pace is good. The pace is there. Now I just need to convert it to the good
5 minutes until race starts, drivers. 5 minutes until race starts. Please make sure you are ready within the next 4 minutes.
You had a podium here last year, was it, or the year before?
The year before. This is my track, local track, so we'll see how we get on.
You're on pole?
Yeah, I'm on pole, yeah.
Surprised?
Yeah, a little bit, because it's a big grid today, and I don't know half of the people here at all, so yeah, I come done a bit of practice last night, I was okay, and then, yeah, it's good.
And it is going to be one heck of an incredible race this. Tomek Zaustovic, early championship favourite you could suggest, but he is now starting this race from 4th on the grid behind Milton Keynes expert Tom Pugh on pole position, with Adrian Wisniewski and Rob Bennett giving chase. Adam Daly, Adam Nakar, Andrew Hayne, Lee Whitney, Alex Pritchard and Tarek Almu in the top 10, with Chris Munro as the leading super heavy. This season is going to get off to an incredible start.
Shall indeed. Well, some drivers we wouldn't expect to be as far down. Gary Martin, one of the super heavy drivers, down in 19th place. Look for him to be moving forward. As you said, we've got the seeded drivers, the top 10 carrying the numbers for where they finished in the championship last year. So our vice champion, Tomek Zaustovic, was 2nd last year, and he is starting 4th. And then we have Adam Daly, Adam Nakar, who was 3rd in the championship last year. He's starting in 6th place. Lee Whitney, who was 4th in the championship last year, he is starting down in 8th. 29 on the grid. It was a sellout, but we've had one driver not turn up this morning. So 29 on the grid, absolutely astonishing. It's going to be a fantastic season. We're travelling to some really fantastic circuits throughout the year. This is just one of them. Daytona Milton Keynes, the full international layout. Some drivers almost coming to a stop down at the penultimate hairpin there. But on the front row, Tom Pugh and Adrian Wisniewski to talk you through the start. Here's Jake Sanson.
So here they come out to the final turn then. Pugh, Wisniewski, Bennett, Zaustovic, Daly, Nakar, Hayne, Whitney, Pritchard and Almu as we wait for the red lights to go to green. And we are racing. Now, how good a start is Zaustovic going to get as they go through? Well, he's going to remain in 4th position, tucks in front of Daly, but out in front it is still going to be Tom Pugh, local boy wonder, who hangs on in the lead of this race. Wisniewski is there in 2nd position, but is it going to be for long? Up the inside comes Bennett. Bennett's going to try and get through to 2nd position, and he's not made it, but that has given Tom Pugh out in front, a very tasty little gap. So the top 5 has remained exactly the same, and everybody has got through without incident.
And look at the lead of Tom Pugh then as they come down towards the last 2 hairpins. He's running away with it already. Wisniewski, Bennett and Zalstovic need to get their heads down. Nakar now is trying to challenge, that's Adam Daly, isn't it, for 5th place. Oh, and he's now being passed. Who's that passing him? Is that Lee Whitney? That might be passing Nakar, going down through turn 1, and Nakar runs just slightly wide under the pressure. Lee Whitney then up towards turn 4. He's going to challenge again, is he? No, not this time. But the lead of Tom Pugh is 1.9 seconds.
Zalstovic is dropping back into the clutches of Adam Daly here. This is a major surprise. The favourite for this championship going in, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, and given basically an open invitation to take it this year with the absence of Chris Carter for 2017. Now, Tomek Zalstovic has found his work is a lot harder than he anticipated it was going to be. Bennett is in second. Bennett is in second in front of Adrian Wisniewski, so I'm not sure where he was able to get through, but I think he did that out of sight.
Oh,
managed to get a bit
that's
of a gap.
Whitney. That's Whitney going up the inside of, was that Adam Daly?
Yes, it is. Whitney's got through into 5th position.
5th place.
So that's a really important move there at this point.
Oh, and a spin. Oh, no, Whitney's gone.
That's Whitney.
That was a back marker who spun.
Whitney clashes with the back marker, and he's absolutely hopping mad. Well, he's got every reason to be, because that was a very nasty tangle. But Whitney now clashes with the back marker, trying to get
he's
out
stuck
of the
on
way.
the curb, I think, or on the tyres.
Turn 2, and his race is absolutely evaporating. And now he's been absolutely impeded here. This is not a good way for Lee Whitney's season to start, and he will drop to the back of the field. He's got to come from dead last now. Yeah, well, looks like we're in the full course yellows. Whitney, yeah, we are full course yellows, because it looks like the other driver in the incident, Andrew Mitchinson, has not continued on either, so I wonder if there was a little bit of a tangle there.
Well, I think what happened is he spun, and Whitney anticipated he was going to go to the outside of the track, so he went to the inside, and unfortunately he spun back to the inside, and Whitney, just chose the wrong side, unfortunately.
So difficult to pick those moments in motor racing, isn't it?
So fast. So,
well, they're getting ready to go green, and Lee Whitney is still a long way back from the rest of the field, so unfortunately this is going to be a nightmare race for Lee Whitney. Green flag.
Well, we're going once again. Tom Pugh just comes across the line then, and Bennett in second. Goes across, and the gap is 3.2 seconds to Tom Pugh.
So there's good battles all around here. Battle up into the final turn.
That's Amendola, isn't it? Going up the inside. Or was that be Peter Kaser, maybe?
Well, it's Amendola versus Kaser, and Amendola gets the move. That very distinctive white helmet in the car. And that puts him up into 26th position. His lap times compared to everybody else around him is just on a 1:08.5, so he's about 1.4 seconds off the pace of the race leaders. But
he's 26.
He's still going to find his way through. He could get into the top 10 very easily here.
Yeah, well, let's see. He's about 40 seconds, isn't he? Or 30 odd seconds away from the top 10.
But there's 50 minutes to go, so
exactly,
he can definitely get there.
And Wisniewski is being caught by
Tomek Zalstovic front wide.
Adam Daly's
going to try and get him. He's not going to give him a lot of room to manoeuvre.
Out the last corner.
Just get him on the undercut. He has got him. Run. Adam Daly's going to get past Tomek Zalstovic, and he's through. But Zalstovic is going to try and get him on the undercut back into turn 2. They're still going to be side by side.
Oh wow!
All the way round. They're still side by side through turn 3, and Zalstovic gets him back. Goodness me. Well, that's all it takes. One little blip, one little error in judgment, and you get a battle like that shapes up over 4 corners. That's why I love the layout of this circuit, because you can have a battle that lasts from turn 1 to turn 4, where they'll be side by side all the way. Absolutely fantastic. Birdie's about to be passed, I think, by Paul Studd behind. They've just gone up towards turn number 7, up towards turn 8. Birdie holding on for now. He's in the blue race suit there and the white helmet, but they're side by side. Studd, and that's bringing Blasienko into the battle as well as they disappear out of our view down towards turn number 8. We'll wait for them to come back over the crest, but first, here is this battle going on for his 7th place, isn't it? Coming in towards that penultimate hairpin. It is indeed, yeah. Those 3 drivers 8th place, led by Tarek Almoud. Then here comes the battle. Look at Blasienko there in that silver crash helmet going through the penultimate hairpin. He's right behind Paul Studd, who is in the super heavies. And Paul Studd actually second in the super heavy class. How far behind
behind the super heavy leader, is he? Is Chris Monroe?
Well, the man on the move at the moment is Tommaso Amendola. He's just on a 107.2. He's going about a second quicker than the 3 or 4 karts up the road from him. So Amendola might be a man to watch in the next 10 minutes or so, because he's got 3 karts in front of him, scrapping away for position. And Amendola, currently in 14th place, is looking to get on the back of Pebbody, Stud and Sienko and chase after them all. He's rapidly closing in. Meanwhile, out in front, it is still A-OK for your race leader, Tom Pugh, who's still stepping the kart out through that flat left-hander, but it seems to be working for him. He's obviously getting that fine balance between cooking the tyres nicely to a good temperature. Oh, no, it's gone wrong. Zaustovich trying to lap a back marker. He's actually hit him there, and that's allowed Daly to go through. Zaustovich has dropped back to 5th position. That has not gone well for Tomek.
Well, just totally misjudged it. Wasn't able to get up the inside, and well, Tomek did apologise, and didn't really do him any favours, did it? Tipped a back marker into a spin. Adam Daly taking advantage now. Adam Nakar's bringing him into play. He did a 67.2 compared to Tomek's 68.4, and that's brought the gap down to 1.4 seconds.
Meanwhile, Zaustovich is pressuring Adam Daly to get him back again for 4th position, while right behind them we've got Nakar and Pritchard still scrapping away. It's going to be interesting for Zaustovich, because this is a difficult psychological position for him to be in, because on paper he would have thought, no, Chris Carter, great, this is my chance, this is my title to win, and he's already come in, he's been 4th on the grid, he's now sitting in 5th position, 11 seconds behind Tom Pugh in the lead of the race. This is a difficult situation for Zaustovich to cope with right now.
It is, but Zaustovich, we know what he's like. He compliments every single driver, doesn't he? He always says that even when he wins sometimes that he might not have deserved it, or always congratulates the other drivers on the podium. And,
he's the gentleman of the field.
He is, isn't he? And that's why people love him, and maybe why some people are saying that he almost has to win. But he's down in 5th place at the moment. He's just done his quickest lap of the race, but that's a whole second slower than Tom Pugh, who's just done a 66.033. So he's around half a second quicker than anyone.
Oh, here comes Amendola.
Amendola, yes.
Charging up the inside there of, that's got to be Andrew Hayne, isn't it? Or has he got past, Hayne?
Well,
surely he can't be that
Sienko's
far
ahead of him, so Sienko, let's see.
Yes, Hayne has dropped back. Hayne has lost 3 places,
right.
so Hayne is down to 14th. That's put Amendola up into 13th place, now on the back of Blaise Sienko. So Tommaso Amendola still running very well here.
Looks like they're working together, doesn't it, really? The number 6 seed of Sienko being pushed along by Amendola, and they're gaining places. It's working. Paul Studd and Chris Birdie also on the move on that lap.
Well, we've got a battle just up the road from them as well. That is going to be the battle between Pebbody and Studd. They are squabbling away just on turn 5. Oh!
Zaustovich having a look at the inside there. That was Zaustovich looking at the inside of Daly, Nakar and Pritchard still in that fight as Tom Pugh is into the 105s.
He has broken into the 105s, a 105.955 now for Pugh. He's down and we got a big spin into the left-hander. Paul Studd spinning it through the left-hander. That is a big moment there for Paul Studd for curbing, because there's a cone on the far side of the circuit and they keep clipping it.
Nakar's gone up the inside of Zaustovich, and he's gone through.
Zaustovich down towards turn 6 and he's going to get there, but Zaustovich can hold it round the outside and maybe he can just get him back on the inside. He's going to try.
Oh, he is.
Deep, but Zaustovich is there on the inside, and this could open the door for Pritchard. They disappear from our view down towards turn 8, but I'm not sure who's going to be at the front of that pack.
I think it's going to be Nakar personally. I think he was just able to hold on.
Meanwhile, Lee Whitney is currently into 21st position, and here they come. Zaustovich is at the front of the queue.
Oh, so he got back through then.
He did indeed. So Zaustovich just running behind Daly, then it's Nakar, then Pritchard. A fantastic 4-way scrap this. Well, Lee Whitney still going through cars like crazy at the moment. He's up into about 20th position. I think he's just got past Vince Cogswell. So he's into 20th place now as they come across the line with 36 minutes to go.
19th.
So he's 19th. He's got past Pertak as well.
Richard Newton fell down the order to 24th place. Amendola now into 11th, and he's with Chris Birdie as they go to the penultimate hairpin. Up towards the last corner, Birdie's just looked over his shoulder and thought, how is Tommaso Amendola with me?
Who the hell are you, and how are you going this quickly? Where did you come from? Tommaso Amendola going into turn 1.
It's going to be a turn 2.
Pebbody, he is going to try and make the move into turn 2, then he backs out of it, watching through 2, watching through 3. He's going to nid this one up the inside if he can for turn 4. No, he backs out of it. I reckon he could go for the next corner here. He lines him up very nicely, but Amendola...
He had a bad exit there.
Yeah, he did, but Amendola is absolutely on fire here. He is gunning through this field beautifully, and he's definitely one to watch as he comes off the curbs, drops it down to turn 6, back to the 4th place battle, and it's Daly, Zaustovic, Nakar, Pritchard. Zaustovic is going to have to make a move here soon because he's becoming tightly sandwiched in here between Daly and Nakar.
Yes.
He's got to start making a move, and Daly knows that he's got 3 very feisty racers right on his tail here. He's got to try and make a move sooner rather than later, otherwise they're going to be very impeded. Yellow flags again at that part of the circuit. Everybody seems to be going off at that part of the course.
So, well, as you said, it is a tricky corner.
And now side by side, sorry Chris, side by side for 4th position as Zaustovic tries to go the long way round the outside of Daly. They bang wheels again, and Nakar's going to get an opportunity on the inside of Zaustovic. They're going to go down, but then Zaustovic switches
is going to go. He's up the inside.
Surely he's going to make that stick on the inside line as they come back up the hill. Yes, Zaustovic is through in the 4th position. Daly's now having to defend from Nakar. Pritchard in the back there as well, and Pritchard tries to make a move on Nakar, gets the door slam firmly shut in his face, but Zaustovic beautifully timed, got it done absolutely to perfection.
Well, now he needs to pull the pin, as they say. He really needs to put some distance between himself and Adam Daly. He's getting his head down, so he is definitely trying. He knows he needs to get a gap, and what would really help for Zaustovic now is if Nakar poked one up the inside of Daly, but Daly got a good run out the penultimate hairpin there up towards the last corner. Daly right with Zaustovic. Pritchard has the best view in the house there as they go through turn number 1 up towards turn number 2, and very close. Daly, I tell you what, he might try and go back through.
It's not quite close enough to make a convincing move. I mean, he could have made a banzai, but it really would have impeded him at this early stage in the race still.
Definitely too experienced to do something like that.
He's got
Daly.
a good exit, Nakar. He might just challenge into turn 6 if he's got enough speed. No,
Amendola's off.
Amendola spins it.
He's off.
Amendola spun it at the penultimate hairpin. That's cost him at least 4 places. What a shame for Tommaso Amendola. Really starting to work his way through the field beautifully. He was one of the fastest drivers out there, but he's lost the place to Berti, to Hirani, to Stud. He's down to 13th.
Yeah, down to 13th place then.
So Zaustovic, Daly.
They're catching up that marker, aren't they?
This could potentially.
That's Dan Murphy that they've just caught.
Could be some fireworks if Daly thinks, right, Zaustovic is
taking. Oh no!
Well, right in front of him.
Wow!
My goodness, that could have been a very nasty accident indeed. Nakar and Pritchard just avoiding the spinning back marker. That could have been even messier than the Lee Whitney incident we saw earlier on. Yellow flags all around the circuit, full course yellows, and that was an incredibly scary moment indeed for Nakar and Pritchard. I bet their heart was in their mouth through that one.
I honestly don't know how they got through there. I think they must have been on the grass on the inside because they've lost so much time after that spin.
But the fastest man on the track in terms of impersonal bests is Paul Stud. He's really recovering in terms of that mistake he made earlier on. He's trying to get himself back in there as Lee Whitney dives up the inside of Sienko. And no, sorry, yeah, that is Whitney on the inside, I think, of Sienko, or has he already done it? Oh no, that's Peter Kayser.
Yeah,
so Whitney up to 14th now. Whitney is absolutely on it. The next man to attack is Tommaso Amendola. That's going to be spicy. Well, there's 2 battles worth keeping an eye on at the moment, and
he still wasn't. Oh, they're right together, are
yes,
they?
Are.
Now?
That is Zaustovic right on the back of Wisniewski, and that's Wisniewski's lost it, and into the back of him goes the back marker, and that's put Daly back through.
So Zaustovic just completely lost it under braking. He was turning the wrong way, and that Wisniewski is gone away once again. But that just was the easiest overtake in the world for Adam Daly. But Wisniewski's always now being delayed as he goes through turn number 3, and Daly all of a sudden is right with him. The gap is 9/10 of a second now.
Well, Adrian Wisniewski was given the greatest get-out-of-jail-free card in history there, wasn't he? But now Daly is right on the back of him. Wisniewski going wide. He knows that he's starting to lose pace here to Daly and Zaustovic. So with Zaustovic down to 5th position, that gave him a tiny bit of breathing space. But yellow flags, they have to slow up, and that's going to be interesting to see how that dissolves once they've gone past the incident down at the far side of the circuit. But there's 2 battles worth keeping an eye on at the moment. The 3rd place battle, Wisniewski, Daly and Zaustovic, and the other one is for 13th, Amendola versus Whitney. That is a really tight battle at the moment between those 2, and I would not be surprised if Whitney tries to leave Amendola for dead as soon as is humanly possible. Wisniewski's got Daly breathing down his neck, and then we've got Zaustovic trying desperately to get away from Nakar and Pritchard, who have tightened up once again. So those 2 are battling away for 6th and 7th, and he's trying to deal with back markers. Alex Pritchard, he's getting a little bit ram-raided there as he come out of the penultimate hairpin into the final turn. They come now. And Adrian Wisniewski has got Adam Daly breathing down his neck once again. So
and
here comes Whitney for a look.
That's Vinod Hirani just in front as well. So now Hirani's in there as well.
And
he
back markers. Amendola.
That was Hirani. That was Hirani. So that's a change of place.
Well, that was yet to go past them. So Amendola and Whitney both go through into 12th and 13th. They make up a place. Here comes Whitney up the inside of Amendola into turn 4.
Good move.
Take that, sir. Beautiful overtake. Amendola can't even get there on the undercut. A brilliant move from Whitney, and that puts him up into the top 12 now. Although you have got Wisniewski and Adam Daly.
Yeah. And whereabouts are they on circuit? They must be.
They're
at turn 7, is it?
Yes. Yep. They've just left turn 7. Wisniewski getting past the back marker, and that's put a little bit of a gap between himself and Daly for the moment, but that will disappear very shortly indeed. Tom Pugh goes over the line once again. The gap will remain at about 7 seconds, although Bennett has struggled to lap Amendola there.
Yeah, well, he's just gone past now, hasn't he? So Amendola, someone else to follow.
Oh, that's Daly through! Daly's into 3rd. Sorry, Chris. Daly has got past Wisniewski. I didn't see where he did that. That must have been down at turn 8, out of sight of us. But Daly is now in 3rd position, in front of Wisniewski. So now, Adrian Wisniewski is going to have to get on with this. Tomek Zaustovic is coming. Yes, he looks over his shoulder. Oh, blimey. Tomek's on me back as well. I could lose more than just 3rd position here. They go into the first couple of corners, turn 3 up on the right-hander. Can Wisniewski get back into position from Adam Daly, or has he timed this to perfection? I think it's the latter.
Going to be 11th place now as they head through turn 7. Bennett next along, which will allow Whitney to extend that gap. Let's return to the battle for second then. Oh, Pritchard up the inside of Nakar down at turn number 5, so that's Alex Pritchard.
Nakar's going to get the undercut if he tries to get back on the inside of turn 6. Now he slots back in, so very nicely done there from Alex Pritchard as he moves himself finally up into the top 6.
It's taken him, what, how many minutes is that?
45 minutes.
45 minutes, but he's finally through.
Well,
and Bennett's gone past Lee Whitney to put a lap on him.
Yeah,
I imagine he made that very easy for him.
Oh, look at the battle we've got for 3rd position. Sorry, Wisniewski up the inside of Daly, and Zaustovic is right in there as well. They're going to be side by side.
Zaustovic, he'll go through. He'll go through both of them. Yeah.
Both of them goes Tomek Zaustovic.
And he gave them the thumbs up.
He even waves and says, "Thank you, boys. I'll take that 3rd position." As Daly and Wisniewski continue to squabble over that 4th position. What an amazing moment in this race as Zaustovic just sits there on the back of them and says, "Fine, boys, you just have a little bit of a dogfight."
You could just see it coming. They both went far too deep on the brakes, and Zaustovic just could see it happening, and just did his own line and said, with his thumbs up, "Thank you very much. I'll go through to the podium."
How frustrating for Daly and Wisniewski. They've both had a claim to 3rd position, but they just ended up taking each other off the road there.
Here they come.
Daly and Wisniewski, who is not done. He wants vengeance.
Right into the penultimate helping. Will he try again?
How dare you ruin my podium? I'm going to come back for you. And Adam Daly is having to throw his weight around in the car to try and get a bit more traction from Adrian Wisniewski. Now let's see what the gap is.
It was 1.1 seconds. It's 8/10, so down by 3/10 then.
With 12 minutes to go.
It's going to be close. And
one heck of a shindig this.
And Adam Nakar and Alex Pritchard, 66.3 for both of them. They are catching at around 3/10 a lap. And the gap from Pritchard to Wisniewski is 2.9 seconds. Now that is... If it's 3/10 a lap with the time we've got left, they probably won't catch.
Oh,
but if they start battling over 3rd or even 4th, then they will catch. Yeah. So that is something to keep an eye on for sure.
But the only man out there who really hasn't broken a sweat in this race is Tom Pugh. He's just got on with his job and cantered around this circuit in fine fettle. No chance at all of being beaten in this one as far as he is concerned. 10 minutes and 24 on the clock. Rob Bennett is about 8 seconds down the road from him now, and as he comes over the line, Pugh having done a 6.4 as well for Bennett, so they're even Stevens, but the gap is still solid.
Daly's getting closer to Tomek Zaustovic here. Certainly it's coming down, and Wisniewski is there as well. So, well, it was 8/10. It was let's see, it was 6/10 last time. Let's see if it's going to come
Pritchard and Nakar. I can see this cooking up early. This is going to be a great battle.
2.2 seconds.
Pritchard and down big time.
They're both doing their quickest laps of the race. 66.1 for Pritchard, 66.012 for Nakar, who I think is quickest on track.
That is what I love about Daytona DMAX. Just when you think the dust is about to settle, the racing gods go, we ain't done with you
And
yet, mate.
Zaustovich keeps looking over his shoulder now. He knows
which is
that
the biggest mistake you can make in this championship. You look over your shoulder, you start bringing in elements of doubt, elements of a little bit of weariness. How close are they? Don't focus on what's going on behind you. Crack on, go forwards.
Towards the crest, here comes Daly. Is he going to try the move? Yes, he is. Daly up the inside. And, well, Zaustovich back through.
And
here comes...
And Wisniewski. Daly's going to try and hold it to the inside line to keep all the damage back, but Wisniewski's going to get it back on the undercut.
Here comes Pritchard. Here comes Pritchard. Pritchard was nodding his head as he came up towards the line.
Go on,
thank you.
You lose time. I'm going to pounce on you soon. But that is Zaustovich through and clear into third position as these
Pritchard is there. He's right there.
Position. Yeah, Pritchard is right on the back of this. He can snatch a fourth position here easily. I think Zaustovich is going to be...
There he goes. Oh, what a brilliant move. What a brilliant move.
That was beautifully done, but Daly is still there on the outside. It's going to be who's bravest to the apex. They're both going to stick it in there. Neither of them's going to give best. And Daly's going to hold it around the outside to get the inside line for 7. And he's done it. He's held Pritchard at bay. What a move that was from Daly. That's such a tough corner to hold on to around the outside. But he must have had nerves of steel through there.
The worst place where we are, that's where they go out of sight. And then we just have to wait to see who pokes over first.
Well,
but Pritchard's going to go through here at turn 9.
Oh, wow. The door slammed firmly shut, and here comes Nakar. Nakar's going to be right on the back of these guys as well. Here we go, a three-way scrap for what is now 5th position, because Adrian Wisniewski has actually moved away from these guys now. So it's Daly falling into the clutches of first Pritchard and then Nakar, right to the back of them, 6/10 between all three of them.
Well, it's going to be very, very close.
And only 5 minutes to go as well. So it's
Pritchard's going for it.
Pritchard.
Oh, what a move. That is a brilliant move.
Nakar's going to get him as well, is he? Nakar's going to try. He hasn't got the space, so he has to back out of it. Maybe he'll get the chance for the next corner. But Daly again tries to make the move on Pritchard to come back at him into turn 6. But Daly has gone from 3rd position to 6th in the space of 15 minutes.
That was a great move from Alex Pritchard. It really, really was. Decided right at the last minute that he was going to go for it.
He went, you know what? Sod it. That was the James Hunt moment, wasn't it? That was the James Hunt moment in Rush. Sod it. I'm going for it. And he went there. Absolutely beautiful move from Pritchard. 3rd is very tight. Zaustovich trying to get away from Wisniewski, but Wisniewski has left something in reserve. Here comes Nakar up the inside of Daly.
Oh, wow.
He's nerfed him wide. And Daly goes off into the tyres. Unbelievable. Well, Nakar was not prepared to give best. He had a gap. He went for it. They touched, and into the wall goes Daly. And I think Nakar knows. He's going to get a penalty for this. Well, he might not.
I don't know.
I think he's signalling to them that was a racing move. He just turned in on me. And Daly is going to say he ran me off the road.
He was fully alongside for me.
Yeah, it looked to me, he had one wheel on the curb, but you know what? There was enough space for both of them to go round from my point of view. From what I could see, both drivers had enough space to get round the corner, and Daly just said, no, you're not coming through. Nakar, well, he kind of pinballed off him, didn't he, Daly?
It is a very quick corner, isn't it? And it does tighten up as you go round the corner. I think Daly just, as soon as he had one wheel on the grass, that was it. He was out of control, and that's going to cost him at least 3 or 4 positions.
Well, Tarek Almu has now moved up into 7th position. Oh, Daly's retiring. He's giving it up.
Why?
He's pulling a Nuno Costa. He said, you know what? If I can't get this podium, forget it. It's not good enough for me. He's done. So clearly the rage has got to the drivers at this point. First round of the championship, and already the sparks are flying. Seconds constantly through this race. It's 9.6 now. But Tom Pugh, we're going to have this battle going on here between the top 3-4 karts. And a spin!
Oh, Wisniewski!
Wisniewski spins!
Pritchard goes past.
And Nakar is not close enough to. Disaster! Zaustovich is going to get this 3rd position. Adrian Wisniewski going for Zaustovich. Well, how is that one going to be praised out? We didn't actually see on the way down to the corner. It looks like a racing incident. It looked like Adrian Wisniewski just messed up on his own, unfortunately.
Yeah, just outbraked himself. It's very easily done. We've seen it done several times in this race, and we'll see it done several times more in all the other races. And Wisniewski, what a time to make a mistake.
Well, into the final couple of corners, still going as sideways as Colin McRae in Kenya, comes Tom Pugh. An absolutely incredible run.
Now he's just showing off.
He's just showing off, isn't he? Larking about in the final turn. What a victory for Tom Pugh. An amazing drive. He has been absolutely sideways for the majority of this race.
What a drive from Pritchard. What a drive.
Yeah.
Awesome. Adam Wisniewski, Asian Wisniewski is 5th. Adam Nakar 6th. Tarek Almu is 7th. Lee Whitney
8th position.
That is mad.
8th place after the race he's had. That's astonishing.
Chris Monroe
and Paul Studd, the leading super heavies as well.
Yep, Chris Paberdi was 11th. Tommaso Amendola, good drive from him to finish 12th. Vinod Harani rounds out the super heavy podium in 13th. Blasienko 14th. Gary Martin is 15th and 4th in the super heavies, and it's Macaulay Pond in 16th. Andrew Hain, Robert Pertak, Ian DeVere, Peter Kaser, Bruce Shingler is 21st. Richard Newton 5th in the super heavies is 22nd. And then it's Vince Cogsill. Mark Ford is 6th in the super heavies and 24th. Toby Whiffin 25th. Lee Mears is the last of the super heavies. Then it's Dan Murphy, Adam Daly, who crashed out on lap number 50 after a move with Adam Nakar, and Andrew Mitchinson rounds out the field. He retired on lap number 6.
It was nice until I spun, and then I had to do it all over again. But I had a good time. Good debut. Good debut.
Gutted. I was flying.
Really slighted the field.
Yeah, I don't know, just what would have been sort of thing. These things happen.
Next time, mate.
Yeah, well, he was just spinning outwards and then he spun inwards, and yeah, it could have been one of 3 of us gone. Never mind, next time.
It's just, you know, didn't convert into the position, but I mean, yeah, back markers, that's what I can say, you know, it's tough. Some of the guys just giving you plenty of space, some of them just fight with you like for the position. But anyway,
Enduro drivers,
you know, it is what it is.
Your way
quite
to the
pleased
podium.
anyway.
That was good. I really enjoyed that. I have to say, the tuition is just absolutely awesome. I was killing everyone into turn 10. I think I was about as fast everywhere else, but turn 10 it was just the tuition was like break here and do this. Awesome.
Well done.
I just sort of saw myself just gaining places all the time. And having just moved into heavies, it's yeah, really happy about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, your podium finishers: Tom Exaustovich, Rob Bennett and Tom Pugh.
Chris, a win in the super heavies and in the top 10 overall in a grid of 29 karts. Must be happy.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be in the top 10. That would have been the aim, like, you know, obviously win super heavies as well, but I'm really chuffed to have got into the top 10. So before the, you know, with such a big grid, I'd have been reasonably happy, sort of top 15, 16, something like that. So to get in top 10, I'm really happy with that. But no room for mistakes though, because a few of the other super heavies, every time I looked, they were within 2 or 3 seconds of us. So any mistakes would have been really costly. So, yeah, fingers crossed it carries on like this.
Tomek, on the podium, you were struggling at the start of the race just a little bit, and it was a really close battle, wasn't it? Especially with Adrian towards the end, but eventually you made it.
Yeah, eventually. I was hoping for a podium. I knew after qualifying that, you know, it might be difficult. It's going to be a difficult race. And I have to say, I was struggling for first half an hour with my visor. Started fogging up, and I couldn't open the lid at all. I put the screws too tight a bit, so yeah, that didn't play very well for me. I couldn't just focus on the race, and then it was pretty great race, fighting with Adrian and Adam Daly. Thanks to back markers, I gained quite a lot of time, and then Adrian tried to overtake me on an inside into the hairpin, and there's just no grip at all over there, so he spun, and yeah, I finished third, which I'm quite happy about.
Oh, well done. There were certainly a lot of victims claimed into that corner. Now Rob, you stayed within 10 seconds of Tom throughout the race. You must be pretty happy with that. You escaped that battle for third place.
Pretty happy to have finished, to be honest. After I don't think I've been in a kart for possibly a year I think. So when Mark called me and said that, coaxed me into coming along, I just wanted to come here and just drive well.
Are you going to be with us for the season?
I don't know. If I have a good day today, then hopefully, you know, I would have thought that, you know, that'd be enough to yeah, coax me back into it.
I think second's a good enough excuse. So yeah, we'll see you next round. We'll basically say that it's on camera, so you basically have to come now. And Tom, you basically commanded the race, really. Yeah, you know, you had pressure from Rob. It's fair to say that, but did you always feel in control of the race?
No, there was points where the yellow flags were happening, and I felt like I was doing a half race speed, and then looked behind me. I didn't know it was, is it Rob? Is it? I didn't know it was Rob at the time, but there's a few of them. I thought maybe they're catching a little bit too quickly, and but then after that, I think they backed off, realised what was going on, and I felt a little bit more relaxed after that. But I was putting in the work at the beginning, and then we had 2 incidents where the 2 broken down carts, I think. Unfortunate for them, but yeah, no, that's what held me up. And then I was sort of like, come on, and then once I got in the groove, I should have backed off a little bit towards the end there, but I just thought, no, I'm going to keep it going. I'm glad I did, because I didn't know he was only 10 seconds at the end there behind me, and I didn't know he hadn't been in a kart for a year, so that's going to be interesting for the rest of the season. But I'm pleased about that, because I want a race. You know, I don't just want to go out there and win. I want to go out and race people. Like last year, you know, it's a shame that Chris Carter's not here this year, because I was looking forward to having a battle. So if you watch this video, Chris Carter, you've got to come back and have a battle with me. But yeah, no, so that's where we're at. Yeah,
you know, a packed grid. So I think there's going to be some great racing. You know, is there any rounds you're looking forward to going to in particular? We got some new tracks.
Yeah, Clay Pigeon. I've never been there ever, so that's going to be an interesting one for me. Are we doing Sandown Park reverse as well? I like that one. I love it.
Going to Sandown Park, I believe.
Reverse or not?
I'm not too sure. I think it might be alternate, but you know, and we got PFI, Buckmore, Sheddington, Wilton. Have you been to all of those?
I've been to Sheddington, but not in a DMAX. I've been there in a pro kart. Went with my boy who's about racing this next race now, and yeah, he absolutely rinsed me.
It's a lot quicker in one of these, believe me.
The pro kart, it didn't like my weight. It was sort of like no, whereas my boy, he was gone. So yeah, I've been to Sheddington in one of those, but no. So I'm looking forward to the next round. It's going to be interesting.
Good start, well done on the win, Tom, and I look forward to seeing you at the next one. Well done. So as you can see, absolutely fantastic racing as always in DMAX. If you want to get involved, which you should do, visit our website or call this number.